Hello and welcome back to On The Rocks. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode. It's a big one. Hoffenheim in both legs of the Europa League second knockout round, as well as Celtic in between those two games in the Scottish Premier League. This is a big episode, a big episode, plenty of repercussions. If we manage to beat Hoffenheim, we get to the quarter-finals of the Europa League, which is massive. And if we beat Celtic, then we really might actually relegate them outside of the championship sort of fight. It might just be down to us and Rangers for the rest of the season. So huge games coming today. First things first though, make sure you do drop a like on today's video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. I've not seen the comments on yesterday's video yet because I'm recording this before yesterday's video came out or comes out or whatever tense I want to talk in. So I've not seen the reaction to Shankland leaving. I think a lot of you will probably agree with me that it was good money and a good time to let him go, and he's not quite been performing as well as the other players around him. However, I am also very aware that a lot of you guys love Shankland, and I do apologise for letting him go, but it has to be done, doesn't it? All good things must come to an end because it means new starts happen, and new starts can always be better. Talking of new starts, let's talk about the youth intake from last season. And I've only just got around to doing the Patreon stuff because I posted it on Patreon, but scheduled the post, and turns out I scheduled the post for like the 24th of June, not the 24th of May, whenever it was meant to. I messed it all up with the scheduling, which wasn't great. And then because I'm pre-recording loads of stuff because I'm away this past weekend or this coming week, I've lost track of all time basically. This video will come out at some point when I'm away, but yeah, basically I'm all out of sync, but at least you still get episodes every single day to enjoy. So the first player to talk about is Jamie Robson. He came through the last youth intake and is a 16-year-old CDM. We're training him up to be more of a centre midfielder right now because we don't really use CDMs, and he's only 5'10", so not really a centre-back. So centre mid is what we're going to train him up as, but he looks very good, 2-star current ability and 5-star potential. He is going to be renamed to Jim McBongold, which is a fantastic name. So Jim, welcome to the team. Fingers crossed you score and assist and do plenty of stuff for us. Tom Marshall is the striker we had come through that last youth intake. He's the 6'7" towering striker who is going to be the best target man in the world in the future, I reckon. I mean, heading of 11 is not great, but he's only 17 years old. That'll get so much better. But the young New Zealander who does have Scottish roots, as you can see here on his information, he is going to be renamed to James Fotheringham. And finally, Kenny McLeod, who is a fantastic centre midfielder with some absolutely fantastic mentals. 18 teamwork, 17 work rate, 6 determination. Looks fantastic, but his potential ability just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping, which is really frustrating because he was meant to be really good. So Timo, we might have to get you another regen if this guy just turns out to be absolutely garbage. But for now, Timber McWolf is the new centre midfielder in the team, and hopefully that potential ability just starts to increase again as he loves his new name. So thank you to everyone who contributes to the Patreon, and thank you to everyone who got involved in that latest youth intake. The new one is coming up soon, but apparently it's not going to be very good, so we might have to sack our head of youth development. But whilst we are here, I do want to say a massive thank you to the newest members of the Patreon over the past week or so. Danny, Jason, Fred, David, James and Kathy, Michael, Gus and Freddie. Thank you ever so much for your contributions and signing up for the Patreon. Massively appreciate it as it helps me achieve my dream of becoming a full-time content creator one day. Tell you what we've not done. We've not spoken about results in between episodes. There's nothing really to talk about on the grounds that we only played one game. It was a cup game against Hearts, and it was another draw. We just love drawing games at the moment. We just cannot seem to buy a win in the cup or any sort of competition apart from the odd win here and there as we saw last episode. But a 1-1 draw with Hearts, a very late goal from Ben Knight there in a fairly rotated lineup means we have to go to another replay against Hearts to try and get into the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup. If anything, I just want to get knocked out of it. I don't really want to play my Scottish Cup. It's just extra games to play when we're trying to win the league and the Europa League. But speaking of the Europa League, it's time to get started in it. And this is the team lining up today with Bazunu in goal and Admilson starting at left back today because suspended right now is Brian Portier. Admilson, of course, is that young Brazilian centre-back we brought in who he just keeps looking better and better every time I see him, to the point where actually he might be a starter for us next season, but I think to get this guy on a free was just superb. So big props to our scouts for finding him for me and getting him into the club. But he can also play left back, so we'll start at left back today alongside Herrera and Suva in the centre back roles with Torres at right back. Campbell and Tamatlampa start in the middle with Gordon and Knight on the wings and Nisbet and Harry Storm leading the line. So this is a big game against Hoffenheim. We need to get a decent result here. Hopefully Celtic get a decent result against Marseille and we can both go sailing through into the quarter-final. St Mirren are also playing, I think probably tomorrow night in game in their second knockout round. I can't remember who they're playing against now. Frankfurt. It was Frankfurt they're playing against, of course. Unfortunately, of course, the Dutch and the Portuguese side got through in that round. So that's not so good for us. But going on right now as well should be the second leg of the first knockout round of the Champions League where Porto are playing Liverpool. They're currently 2-1 up in that, which is frustrating for us. So hopefully Liverpool will go through and win that one. A mistake at the back there for the Hoffenheim defence. Harry Storm nearly capitalises on it, but his shot just a little bit wayward, unfortunately. We do bring back possession though with Gordon nearly brought down on the edge of the area, not quite enough for a penalty or a free kick. Interestingly, Norwich are beating Bayern Munich in a European competition. That is just a tie you would not expect to see at all, especially in the Europa League of all competitions as well. The Europa League, what a weird competition it turns out to be in the future. You love to see it, as you hate to see us giving the ball away to Hoffenheim there. They're still through. Bazunu makes a good save. Now this is going to be a really tight game. I'm just not entirely sure what we should be expecting against Hoffenheim. I'd like to think we can win it on the grounds that we have beaten. I think we've beaten some German sides in the past. But of course, with this being our home leg, ideally we get a good result and try not to concede any away goals to give us the best chance in the second leg. I mean, a 0-0 would be a pretty decent result, I think, going into the second leg and try and sneak an away goal or two there. That would be amazing, as, oh, you hate to see it. We keep coming close. We're having the better of the opportunities. We just can't get that ball in the back of the net, as Torres into Ben Knight on the edge of the area. Ben Knight shoots and Nisbet gets on the end of the ball. He's offside though. You hate to see it. Chance after chance is coming our way, but we can't seem to put them in the back of the net. Despite it, apparently Hoffenheim have a better XG than us, which is a bit frustrating. I'm going to thrash my arms and say I'm far from pleased from the boys out there. We need to demand more in the second half early on, as the clearance is actually won by Harry Storm. Congratulations. He gives it away straight away though, which is really frustrating. That's just poor play from the youngster there. That's what Shankland wouldn't do, but it comes with experience. Harry Storm will get better than him in the future, as Gordon can't quite get on the end of the clearance, but Admilson gets it back to Gordon, who can swing a ball into the middle. Can he swing it in the middle or shoot? Or, oh, it's still not in the back of the net. He should have crossed it. I'm really worried that we are going to miss all of these opportunities. We're going to rue these missed opportunities, I should say. Like, we're going to miss loads of them. They'll score one goal and it'll be a really rich opportunity, and that'll be that. Juan Torres also picked up a slight knock. Let's get him off for Suter on that left-hand panel there. Get him off and get someone else on. Admilson now with the long throw. Come on, lad, get this ball in the middle, please. Someone do something clever. Back to Admilson in so much space to get across into Campbell, into Harry Storm, who puts it over the bar. How many opportunities do we want to miss today? This is really going to bite us. It's really going to bite us in the back at some point. As here we go. Here comes the goal for Hoffenheim. Not coming just yet. It's going to come now, though. I'm telling you, Hoffenheim are going to get an away goal, and we are going to really, really regret not taking our chances. As Gordon dodges the sliding challenge. It's a straight red card there for a chat. Oh, right. We have to take advantage of this. Let's go attacking, and let's start pushing some players forward. Knight on attack. Gordon's on attack. Suter is going to be a wing-back on attack. Admilson can be a wing-back on attack. Ben Knight not playing brilliantly. We'll swap him over with Carlos Borges and make him a winger on attack. Maybe Ferguson can come on for Tamatlampa, who's not the best of games out there, and make him an advanced playmaker on attack. Come on, lads. 20 minutes to go. Let's capitalise on this red card. It's still 0-0 with Celtic and Marseille as well, which I guess, like us, a 0-0 is not a bad result, but given the chances we've had in this game, I'm really upset we've not been able to get a goal Come on, Gordon. He just puts it wide of the post. It actually was saved, to be fair, actually. It's gone for a corner. Come on, lads. Anything and everything. Just throw the kitchen sink at it right now, boys. Throw the kitchen sink. Very attacking. Let's shout demands more. We've still not scored there as well. Another corner cleared. Come on, let's please do something clever. We've got 4 minutes to go as Admilson does nothing with it. And Marseille have just gone 1-0 up against Celtic too. Gordon with another free kick. This time he still can't put it in the back of the net. How many chances do we want? We should have won this game, and Gordon's header is wide of the mark. This has been a frustrating game. A hugely frustrating game. We should have won it. And I think we're going to really rue the missed opportunities in the second leg when Hoffenheim are at home and will probably be better than us. Interestingly though, Norwich have beaten Bayern Munich. What a scoreline that is, as Real Madrid hammer Arsenal too. Hamilton also beat Rangers in the league, which is good for us. We've now got a game in hand in Rangers. If we beat Rangers, we go back ahead of them in the table. And these Champions League games still aren't being played. When do they play? I've not looked at the schedules at all. When do they play? The 12th. So next week. Why have they got such a big break in between fixtures? So they play the same time we play Hoffenheim in the second leg. Okay, we can remember that, I think. In the meantime, St Mirren are 1-1 with Frankfurt after their first leg. So come on, St Mirren, do it for Scotland, as Brian Portier is out with a bruised knee for a few days. That's fine. He might miss the Celtic game, he might not, we don't know. Surely a bruised knee can't be that bad. Like, surely he can just play a game of football. For the Celtic game, though, I think we dropped to a defensive formation. We're away from home. We have struggled to score. I don't know if this will make it any easier for us to score if we try and overload the wings or something. I think this could be an option. What I'm going to do is just quick pick it very quickly and see if I agree with the lineup. And I don't really agree with Harry Storm being a target man. On the ground, he's 5'9". Nisbet, I guess, would be the best target man for us now that Shankland has gone. So Nisbet will start up front with Ben Knight, who can play as a striker pretty well. Ferguson, Winks and Tamat Lumper in the middle, I actually do tend to agree with. Yeah, I mean, maybe actually, yeah, that works well for me, I think. Owusu and Campbell on the wing-back roles with Admilson, Torres and Suva in the back line. Where's Herrera? Is Herrera not as good as Suva in the back? I reckon Herrera's better. Let's do that. That's the team. And it might even be the team for the second leg against Hoffenheim. Now, I don't know how much Celtic are going to be resting their starting lineup. I'm going to assume they are prioritised. I don't know if they're going to prioritise this game or not, or if they're going to try and rest their best players for the Marseille one. I'm not resting anyone. I'm resting a few people as William Saliba scores the opening goal of the game. I guess they're not resting everyone because Saliba is probably the best centre-back in the league. Fair enough then, we'll give that to Celtic for now as they push us down into third place in the table, which is not what we want at all, although we do have a game in hand on both them and Rangers, so hopefully we'll get back ahead of them at some point. But as Bazuni makes a good save, Celtic look to be all over us in this first half. Maybe the 5 at the back is not the way to go, but we did beat Celtic 2-0 earlier on this season playing 5 at the back, so I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Luckily for us, though, I've just seen that Rangers are losing right now, which is very good news for us. As you can see, Dundee United are 1-0 up against Rangers, which means they'll have a game in hand and will still be only 2 points behind them, which is really, really handy for us if that ends up being the case. In the meantime, Celtic looking to come forward again. They've got so much space on the right-hand side, and Tyrese John-Jules puts his noggin header thing over the bar. Unfortunately, we are just not playing very well right now. Let's go a bit more positive with our stance, but let's bring Harry Storm on for Nisbet, who isn't going to be... Well, let's make him a false 9, just to connect the midfield a little better, maybe. Tamat Lumper also in a poor game. Robert Dadao is going to come on for him instead. But as the clock ticks down, we're not really getting much out of this game, which is really frustrating. Part of the reason might be that we don't really have the greatest wing-backs in the world. They're more... The players we have are more full-backy than wing-backy, which is... I don't know, maybe a recruitment issue on my part, I don't know. The most frustrating thing is, when we play Celtic and Rangers, it's always set pieces we get undone by. It's always set pieces that do it. And we've lost this game because of a set piece, as suddenly Dundee have gone from 2-1 up to then 3-3 with Rangers. That was very quickly everything happened in that game. Looks like Rangers got a draw, so they're 3 points ahead of us now with a game in hand that we have. So we could go back ahead of them on goal difference. It's all really, really tight, as you see. So despite us being third in the table, one extra win against Dundee United, our game in hand, we're back on top of the table. But we cannot afford to lose to teams like Celtic and Rangers again. We've got to just keep beating them, particularly when it comes to the championship rounds. Now, the real question is, do I want to stick with 5 at the back for the game against Hoffenheim? I don't think going all-out attack is going to work. Or will it? It's so difficult. Because we are playing away from home. Hoffenheim will be better than us when they're playing at home, right, as Suter's unhappy. I think we're going to let Suter go at the end of the season. He's not really playing games. We've got some better players coming in. He is now the 5th best centre-back at the club, as you can see, behind Suva. Apparently Torres counts as a centre-back, but he's not. He's a right-back. Admilson and Herrera. Again, I think if anyone could have sold Suter, that would have been quite nice. His contract comes to an end at the end of the season, though. He doesn't even want to sign a new one with us, obviously, as you can see, because he's crossed that he's not playing enough football. So we'll lose Suter come the end of the season. I might try and justify it by saying we got £5 million for Shankland and £5 million for him. That's what I might try and justify that in my head, instead of saying we got just £10 million for Shankland. But going back to the game against Hoffenheim, where finally we are seeing Porto play against Liverpool at the same time. Come on, Liverpool, please knock Porto out of the Champions League. That'd be great for our coefficient points. Celtic need to turn things around, and we need to get a good result against Hoffenheim. We need to get a positive result and win. And I don't think we do it by playing like this. I think we go back to the 4-4-2. Let's get the 4-4-2 team set up. I need to change like the presets now that Shankland's gone. Harry Storm, on you come instead. Or maybe make him a poacher again. That might work a little better maybe, with James Fotheringham coming on the bench instead. So, this is a big one. This is a big one. Oh, we really need to win for those coefficient points. So as kickoff is upon us here today in what I'm going to assume is a very hostile Hoffenheim environment and stadium, we need to cause an upset. And right now, 6 shots to Hoffenheim, 0 to us. I'm starting to think that we really are going to rue making those mistakes in the first leg and not getting the goals in that one, which we should have done. We should have scored so many goals. We didn't. There's the goal for Hoffenheim. There's the goal for Hoffenheim. Maybe we should have gone for 5 at the back. I mean, look at this. It's an absolute demolition job from Hoffenheim. How could we? We just couldn't score in that first leg, and it's so annoying. So annoying we couldn't do that. The thing is, though, 1 goal gives us the away goal, and then we are in with a shout. Then we just need the away goal, which hopefully we're going to get. Goal kick for Bazunu. He launched it up towards Harry Storm, who can't win the ball because he's a midget. Harrison then wins it for Hoffenheim, and then Herrera slight tackles it into Iheanacho, who passes it to his mate, who puts it just wide. Hoffenheim are looking lethal. Good news for Scottish football in general, though, because Celtic have got a goal against Marseille to nullify Marseille's away goal, so that's kind of good for us. So, well, I say it's good for Scottish football. It's not good for us. It's not affecting our game at all. So we can't get too excited about it as, again, every clearance is just going absolutely nowhere. And we're just letting Hoffenheim run through. Another goal. Another goal. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Because I know you guys are thinking it. And if you're not thinking it, you should be thinking, what if Shankland was still here to play that first leg? How have we been so poor? I can't believe how poor we've been in that first half. That was atrocious. Alan Campbell, off you come for Lewis Ferguson. Yeah, and Harry Winks will come on for Tam McLumper, definitely. And then we might even take Knight off the pitch for Carlos Borges, but make him a winger on attack. Now we've got to go very attacking. We've got to shout demands more, and we've got a chance at the start of this second half as a penalty has been not a penalty. What? How was that not a penalty? Referee, come on, give us something out here. as, oh, it's going to be a Hoffenheim goal, isn't it? Not quite, but a good chance for them. Come on, lads. We need to turn everything around here in the second half. We can't be... that was nearly an own goal, I think, there. Bazunu collects the ball, though, and that was literally the highlight. 24 shots to Hoffenheim, 0 to us. How is this happening? I don't get it. Like, I don't know what we need to be... How do get off that? What? Right. Wing back attack, full back attack. We need Winks to become an advanced playmaker on attack. We need Ferguson to become a box-to-box midfielder. We need Nisbet to become pressing forward on support, maybe. Poacher there. Let's also, I don't know, build out from the back. We've got to switch something up to try and get in this game as Torres hoofs the ball forward to just no one. Everyone's there, just too much on the ball. As Hoffenheim clear out from the back. Suva with a good header. We lose it straight away again, though, which is... it's just agony when we do that, as Iheanacho now gets forward past everyone. Good slide challenge there, though, to win possession back. And can we now please build something as Gordon gets the ball out wide, cuts inside, plays it out to Portier. In the middle, Nisbet. Goal. Okay, there's one. There's one. One more goal. If we make it to 2-2, we go through on away goals. Finally, a bit of good play from us, which is fantastic to see. And finally putting something in the back of the net as well. Like, we couldn't do that in the first leg, which was frustrating. If we could, we'd be home and dry by now, probably. Maybe. Something like that. I don't know. But as Hoffenheim look to bring it forward, can we win possession back? We do. Now, Winksy on the ball. Forward to Borges. Borges through Borges. Scores. Right. It's all changed. We just made some slight tactical tweaks and... I feel like I'm an absolute genius right now. Let's get off very attacking, though. Go to positive. I feel like we don't want to be too attacking right now. And now suddenly we've turned it around. We are 20 minutes away from winning this tie. As can we get a third goal here somehow? Not quite, because Hoffenheim look to come forward. We should probably drop a few more men back now, I think about it, as Bazunu makes a very good save. I've also just seen Celtic go 2-0 up in their game. So as it stands right now, Celtic are also going through. So this is great for Scottish football to have two teams, as it stands right now, in the quarter-finals. Fingers crossed St Mirren do the same thing in the Conference League. And hopefully Liverpool are beating Porto to knock them out and we get more coefficient points. It's all about the coefficient points right now, as the counter-attack is on. Borges, can he find Nisbet? Or just any... No, he can't find anyone. 15 minutes to hold on in this game. We seem to have just nullified any sort of Hoffenheim attack now because they're just not having any more shots. And I've said that now, haven't I? Which means they're going to score. It means they're going to score now that I've said that. Please... Please, boys, let's not be messing around at the back, as they've come bloody close there. Hold on, just at 2 minutes, 5 minutes at a time. Hold on. The holding on has been held on. We've gone through on away goals. That was a superb second half performance from Winks and Borges, who came on at half time. They changed the game around. I love you boys a lot. So there we go. We are in to the quarter-finals of the Europa Conference League. Not the Conference League, just the Europa League. It's the Europa League, not the Conference League. So are Celtic. They knocked Marseille out after getting 2 goals away from home. So this is great for us, as Porto actually knock out Liverpool. That's so frustrating because they're going to get so many coefficient points for Portugal. I don't think we're going to come second now, which is really annoying. And when I say second, I mean 6th, obviously, because that made no sense at all. Also, £1 million there for getting through that round, which is nice. So thanks for the money, UEFA. Unfortunately, though, St Mirren did lose out to Frankfurt, as you can see there, with RZ going through for the Dutch. But where are they? The Portuguese team have been knocked out, so there's something good there for our coefficient points at least. Have they been updated? Like, can we see an updated coefficient point tally thing? We are currently on 44. Yes, it has been updated, but we're still 3 points behind the Dutch and 6 points behind the Portuguese. So, we're miles away from Russia and Greece now, which is great. It's just trying to catch up to these two. It all depends what's going to happen in the Europa League draw right now. Hopefully us and Celtic get some kind draws. And if we could both get to the semi-finals, that would be insane. But here is the draw. There's us and Celtic, there's Norwich, there's Leipzig, there's Real Madrid, Sevilla, there's Tottenham, there's Villarreal. If we can avoid Norwich and Tottenham, maybe Leipzig too, given they sort of battered Rangers a bit. If we could get Sevilla and Villarreal, like if we get one of them, Celtic get the other, that would work really well. So, draw the next team. Tottenham versus, please be like Real Madrid. Aberdeen. Okay, that's not good for us as Leipzig get Real Madrid. Okay, Celtic might have a chance, you know. Celtic got Villarreal. Celtic could do it, you know, and that would be really, really good for the Scottish coefficient points. I just don't really back us against Tottenham. Saying that though, Tottenham, how are they getting on this season? 5th in the Premier League. They still got Kane. They've got Calvert-Lewin. They've got Alfie Devine, not Reece Devine in their team. He went to Arsenal, didn't he? Actually, they've got a decent team. They've still got Mourinho as manager. They only, well, I said they only just beat Bordeaux. They only just won the first leg. They smashed them at home though. I don't know. And that is coming up though in a few games time, so hopefully we get some form going, because our form right now is not particularly good at all. Too much yellow for the draws there, but next episode we will come back for those Europa League quarterfinals. Oh, of course, before we go, the semi-final is also going to be drawn as well at the same time. Not that it matters to us, because I can't really see us getting past Tottenham, but Villarreal or Celtic will play us. Oh, so if we actually get through and Celtic do too, it's going to guarantee a Scottish team in the final. Probably against Real Madrid though, so don't expect to win it, Celtic or Aberdeen. Or anyone else really. Real Madrid are going to win it, aren't they? But that does make an interesting prospect of an all-Scottish semi-final maybe. Fingers crossed it all works out for us and we do get through, but I'm not going to hold my breath unfortunately. Until next time though, thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure you do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.